and 10.
Ready?
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
I'm letting you know right now, you better bring.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. Matt Judon there to bring him down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Yo, watch the eye. Great. Sponge. 8. Check fast.
They'll try the air now with Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 19. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allowed some blocks to set up in front of him. If that continues...
And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
Mike 17. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. 17's Mike 17. Go, go. Pick it up, D. Mike 17.
Jackson on 3rd and long. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
These two teams all tied after 1.
With the score tied 7-7.
And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd.
No. Great. Kill. Alert 3. 20. Alert 3. What is it?
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Well, when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
On 1st and 10, Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Ferguson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
58 to Mike. I got it. What is it?
After the sack on 1st down, Newton buying time to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Ready? Left 80. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Let's go one more. Kill. Gun. Go. 58's the Mike. 58's the Mike.
Just beating the play clock is Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled them.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Leonard Fournette. Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Newton. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 11 yards and a Panther first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Taking a shot for Samuel. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly. Now Brown, he lost the football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Luke Kuechly, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Check it out. Check it out.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers. as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Let's go, baby.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And getting our first update now from Nashville. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
What we got? Switch. Gun.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
No, that's you, partner. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore 1st down.
Sometimes you get just a little over-eager defensively when you've got people backed up because the mentality is to attack, take the ball away, or at worst, just keep them backed up there for your own offense. They actually used their aggressiveness against him on that one and hit him big.
Absolutely had him pinned. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Luke Kuechly able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing is Jackson. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. A shotgun give to Fournette. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! The Panthers out in front, and they will give the football first. Second half action underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Hey, watch it.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
180. 58, come on. Strip that. Strip that ball. Check 3. Let's go.
Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. They try again with Scarborough. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. This time, Jackson will throw it. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7. At
the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Fournette. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Cornette, a first down carry. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Luke Kuechly able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. Now after that sack, it's third and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson throwing on third and long. Got a man. It's Brown. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for fourth.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down.
17. I can't believe we let you play.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Undercrush. Get it all. Express.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Set. Ready. Watch the slip. Watch the slip. Hey. He's coming. We got cover up. Express.
Here's McCaffrey. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
This is McCaffrey. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
Kill. Turn it up. Kill.
They run. This is Scarborough running right through it. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Check 52. Switch. Wait.
Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Well, no doubt here in the fourth quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Gun.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 45-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
17. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Go. 17's Mike. Mike 17. Hey, here we go. 17. Mike 17. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
To throw is Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Mike 17. Mike 17. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
Jackson on 1st down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and now it's 2nd down. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter, going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard, realizing what could hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Yeah. Pittsburgh. Come on. Big pass. 59 mark. 59 mark. Check. 59. So we got man.
Again, Jackson being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Jackson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Mike, check. 50 Yeah, I got you.
From the gun, Jackson towards the end zone for Brown. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. So line of scrimmage still to 39 on 2nd and 10.
Watch the spread.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
The tackle by Brian Burns. A gain of 4. And it's 3rd.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now Jackson. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked up,
and they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here's Jackson to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Panthers will get the football back. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready? Mike, 58, right there. You gonna get this boy? You 20.
The shotgun snap for Newton. Got an open man. It's Radley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now Scarborough, and he lost the football. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game. This one from 46 yards out. And his kick is indeed good. And that will swell the lead to 16. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.